Welcome to the Mind Your Business podcast. This week, Shelley and Mikayla discuss what to do when our world is on fire. We're back.
We're back. It's been a hot minute.
Hot minute.
Lots going on. Lots going on in the world. So I thought maybe today we could think about from a trauma-informed perspective as best we can what that looks like and what we can do maybe to help a little bit.
When our world's on fire?
Yeah, it's on fire.
When our world, internal world, not external world, and the actual political world.
Yeah, I think it's important that we talk about that, and our last thing we were talking about not being, so political because of our clients, but this is not a politics issue. This is a human rights issue. That's very different,
This is something that shouldn't even be political.
No.
This is about
human
people.
Rights.
Yeah.
And so I think it's important that we address some of those things here and just kind of talk about what that looks like. And maybe we can kind of get into what's happening in ourselves so that we can understand each other a little better.
Yeah.
I think that's a big part of the problem is we're all coming at each other. And, you said something earlier that stuck with me is we are kind of in a culture that a lot of times just wants to avoid.
Yes.
And pretend it's not happening. And listen, that's understandable.
I love to avoid.
Yeah, it just doesn't work long term.
It feels so good.
I don't think it feels good.
You're right. It really doesn't.
I don't think it feels good. I think it makes you run and run until you're tired, and then you drop into that very low state where we can't move anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for a little bit, avoiding feels good.
Yeah, not for very long,
Yeah, you're right.
So from, our trauma perspective, I think there's so much happening. We have Nancy Guthrie's mom, Nancy Guthrie being abducted.
That's
or
crazy.
whatever this is. We don't even know.
Yeah.
The Epstein files. We've got the ICE and all these other things that are frightening. And they're legitimately frightening.
Yes.
Yeah.
In lots of different ways.
Mm-hmm.
It's scary. So how do we deal with our day-to-day, which seems to be it's progressively getting more stressful, probably because of what's going on in the world around us.
Because we're avoiding it. So when you hold all that stress in, it has to do something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's got to come out.
Yeah. I think a lot of it is you're avoiding, but sometimes you don't even know what you're avoiding.
No.
But because the energy of the world today is high stress. It's a very heightened level of fear, frustration, anger. Things are so polarized. We're aware of it, but it doesn't affect our day-to-day here as much as it may in other areas like Minneapolis.
That's what I brought up earlier. That's that word we call that most people around here don't like. But it's factual. That's privilege.
Right.
Privilege, really, the definition is I don't have to care because it's not directly affecting me.
Ooh.
And that's culturally, it's politically, it's in every area. If it's not directly affecting me, then it's a privilege for me to not have to deal with that.
Yeah.
So we have to acknowledge that.
Yeah.
I think a big part of that is acknowledging it and just saying, yeah, I realize this is not, it is affecting us. Please know that. But it's not affecting us in the same way as it is someone on the street who's, running from this or reading the files and having to do something with them or the victims more than anyone, right?
Right.
So it's a privilege that we do not have to deal with that on the daily, but it is affecting us and it should.
Mm-hmm.
It's a human rights issue, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do? How do you go on? How do you keep moving? I think that maybe we have to recognize that we're going to be in a little bit of a survival mode for a while.
Yeah, because there's this urgency to do something and also this overwhelming fear of the unknown. And like, if I think too much about it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do nothing because
Yeah.
I'm going to be paralyzed in fear. It's going to consume me.
Mm-hmm.
If I avoid it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm only continuing the cycle of doing nothing.
Yeah, I think it's difficult. And so here is what I'm noticing. What I'm noticing in my clients is that urge to do something. I always say is that's the fight and flight. That's the red zone that we call the red zone. I need to do something. I need to do something. I need to do something. In this case, I think that's normal. And actually, these are all adaptive responses. So they're all normal responses.
Right.
They're normal responses to abnormal events.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So there is that urgency to do something. And then you have to go, but what can I do? And then something sets in after that because you wear yourself out. The blue zone, the hypo arousal, which is I can't do anything and I don't care and I'm numb and I don't want to hear it anymore and just go away. I'm done. I'm helpless. Helplessness is a big part of that blue zone, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's a normal state to be in right now. I don't think that's abnormal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, your body can't maintain that forever. So what can we do during that time? And I think take care of yourself as though you're sick.
Mm. I don't have time to take care of myself.
Yeah, you do.
I know.
Oh, you'll make time.
I'll make time. I'm going to either make time now when I have the choice, or I'm going to make time later when my body crashes.
That's
so
it. I think that's the difference. And that's one part we have to acknowledge. I was watching a lady talk about IFS, internal family systems. And while I'm not at all an expert in this, I have some training in it and I study it a little bit.
Love IFS.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So internal family systems is just kind of saying, and this is way oversimplified. Okay. I'm about to way oversimplify this. That in essence, we all have these parts within us and there are different parts. I'm going to just give you 3 today, but that they're being activated in different ways. It's why we're coming at each other sometimes in a defensive posture because we're being so activated that our defense system comes on. And let me just say, she broke down how it's showing up in these parts. And I was like, I dig that. So my managers are probably really heightened right now. And my managers in here, there's the managers, there's the protectors, and there's the exiles. Okay. So the managers are these people I'm managing all this. So how do I manage it?
How do you manage it?
Good question.
Because I can tell you what my managers do.
Yeah,
but
what
what
do
do
they
yours do?
Well, my managers are rabbit hole researchers.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll go down the rabbit hole. I'll get in a conspiracy theory sometimes, but now we're finding out a lot of our conspiracy theories were correct.
Hey, I'm just waiting for the moon landing one.
Yeah.
Come on now. Come on now.
I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, and that is scary.
Terrifying.
And so what you just saw right there is actually my firefighter. I said protectors earlier, but firefighters is what some people call that. And in this sense, it is the firefighters. And the firefighters is a cynical humorist.
Oh,
Shows
that's what
up.
I live in.
It's okay. Yeah. Remember, it's not good or bad. It's adaptive.
I wouldn't say I live in it, but it plays a part.
Oh, yeah. It's there.
That part
it's
plays
okay.
a part.
Yeah, and it's okay. But so the firefighters show up in rage eruptor expressor.
Okay, maybe not.
No, they're all different. It can show up in all different ways.
Oh, yep.
Got me?
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
your manager
Now
is
that's
a hyperfixation.
hyper vigilant news monitor.
That's what yours is?
No, I try to turn off the news some. I think we all have to some. Mine's probably the rabbit hole researcher. Another way the manager shows up is moral arbitrator, a truth enforcer.
Nope, not me.
Okay.
I don't think my manager really manages very well because none of those resonate with me.
Well, I'm still going.
Oh, okay.
Emotional containment manager.
What does that mean?
Just going to keep it all right here.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Hypervigilant news monitor.
No.
This is one we see a lot of. I'm not sure why. an us and them mapper.
Definitely not me.
No, me neither. But I see
I
this one.
see it. I see it
This
a
one is
lot.
the
Yeah.
polarized, I'm going to defend it no matter what, or I'm going to come against it no matter what.
Because it gives you a sense of control.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the managers want to be in control.
Mm-hmm.
So the managers are out there managing in our head. You know, they're managing. Mine manages by going, I'm going to know as much as I can. Now, I have found in this sense that to not be terribly effective because it's very triggering to other parts of me. The exiles. It's very triggering to the exiles.
Yeah, I would say I bet my exile plays the most forefront part in all of this and how the world is right now. My exile's shining the loudest. Because
Showing the most activation.
yeah.
So let's talk about that because what those look like, according to this lady, I'll even give her Dr. Emily. Oh, I'm going to butcher this name. Sepolinsky.
That's pretty good.
Sepolinsky.
Sounds good.
Could be any of those, but
Just
Emily,
say it confidently and
Dr.
it's right.
Emily, thank you for sharing this because I actually really did resonate with this. I was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense to me. But the exiles show up as an unsafe child.
Yep.
I think we're all triggered in that way with seeing the things that are happening in the Epstein files, especially. So if you can't look at that because it triggers you that much,
Don't look at it.
It is okay to put that to the side.
You
I'm never
don't
going to
have
say
to look at
don't, but I am going to say you don't have to.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Yeah. A disenchanted visionary.
What?
Think about that for a second. Nothing's going to work out the way we thought.
Huh.
I'm disenchanted with how this was supposed to go. This is not my America. These are not bad things to show up. These are
but
just,
I'm just putting it with like people like either in my family or clients. Like when it doesn't resonate with me, where am I seeing it show up in others? Just to kind of get a sense of what their exile or manager looks like. Just have awareness and curiosity about it.
Yeah, isn't it interesting? This one, a silenced part.
Oof.
That part that didn't get to have a voice before. So sometimes it gets more silent and hides. And then sometimes it speaks out at things that seem manageable because the manager gets involved. Fascinating, huh?
That is fascinating. I love how they all work together to protect each other or to protect self. And
when
then
they're integrated, they're supposed to work together, you know.
They fight each other and work together. They just need to work differently together.
Yeah, that's what an integrated system looks like. So all parts have a voice. Powerless witness. I'm just watching the world burn down and standing there watching it.
That's me.
And I'm powerless. I have nothing I can offer.
Yep.
Sorrow holder.
Yeah, I think a lot of. Yeah.
But it's not bad. Remember, these parts
it's not
aren't
bad.
bad.
It makes me feel bad for that little part, though.
The exiles often get lost. You know, they get lost in the shuffle because the managers take over to protect us. And I called them protectors, but firefighters also. They'll light a fire over here. So what they're saying is they're the rage eruptor expressor. You know, I can't even handle the anger and the rage, and I'll burn it all down. You know, it's
I'm
not.
gonna burn this mother effer down.
Yeah. Gosh, something like that. Shut down news avoider.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
I rely on everyone else to give me the news because.
Well, I think, but you're still want to know.
I'll read, but then I get overwhelmed. So then I just depend on your researching ability to tell me the little bits that I need to know.
Part?
Yeah.
I really I'll talk to Shelley's manager part for a minute. Yeah.
Tell me just give me the cliff notes.
Yeah.
And that way I'm.
Well, and I think in your case and in other people's case too, it's titration. It's give me it in bits where I can process. So I don't think you avoid completely. I think you're not doing it yourself. You're taking the titrated version.
Yeah.
Because you can handle the titrated version.
And then once I build because there are a lot of times you'll tell me things, I'll hear it.
Mm-hmm.
You'll tell me kind of a little bit more in depth, and then we'll kind of discuss it a little bit, and then that's enough. And then usually, like within a couple days, I'll actually go research it myself to a degree,
Mm-hmm.
and then kind of form an opinion or
Yeah.
thought my own. But
Yeah.
because I definitely feel like I need to know and be aware and stuff. But
Sure.
it's how much do I have capacity for?
Yeah. I think you're allowing me to be your regulating filter.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. And then my favorite one, the cynical humorist.
It's so good. So good. I love that part of both of us.
Honestly, it's one of my favorite things. Okay.
It really is.
And this one makes me laugh because we're seeing this one everywhere. Compulsive debater.
Oh, gosh. That's definitely not me.
Oh, because what happens when someone starts debating us?
We get cynical and laugh.
Yeah, I'll be like, okay.
I'm like, well,
I don't know. I say that. I can do it.
yeah,
I will get in it.
You will. I will not.
You will not. You'll shut down.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm
Again,
like,
remember, these aren't bad things.
live too much in the gray. I see sides
Mm-hmm.
equally. Like I really do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe that's some of my own trauma. People pleasing in me.
Well,
I want
it could be.
I want everyone to be happy.
That's okay. Listen, and again, not good or bad things.
Right.
They're adaptive. And I think in this scenario, they're supposed to be showing up, in full force. So we got to be easy on ourselves with that. Another one is a pain dampener. Or an emergency brake. I think that means, in this sense, it's fine. It's fine. Or it's never going to be fine. That's the firefighter. The firefighter's one or the other. They're calm and doing their job, or they're not.
Yeah.
It's an emergency. And don't get me wrong, I'm not sure that this doesn't constitute an emergency, but
Not
there's
in
only
the everyday life.
in the everyday
of
life.
some people, yeah.
Well, and in the everyday life of ourselves, we and they need normalcy too. Now, in certain cases, there's no normalcy in this.
No.
And there's no way to put normalcy to that. So they get to be in survival mode, But as we move and as we keep restructuring, we do have to care for ourselves. So those are some of the things I think we were talking about yesterday was building skills to take care of ourselves and also building capacity at the same time. So what did we decide about building capacity?
That it's needed.
Yeah. And that it takes time, number one.
It does take a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're in the midst of building that capacity, that you don't use your tools to not feel.
They're not avoidance techniques.
Right.
You can't build capacity unless you actually go through the bad feeling. Because
Which
it grows.
that's
our sense, our window
everyone
of tolerance.
wants to backdoor that and just have the capacity. So I'm going to use all of the skills I've learned, all of my resourcing that I've learned in therapy or on TikTok.
Yes.
And I'm going to use it, do my yoga, do my meditation. By
and
golly,
I'll be fine.
I'm going to do EMDR rapidly. Because that's what everyone wants to do. Get me to the EMDR part. But that's not how it works.
What is the number one I tell you guys as interns?
Slow
I knew you were going to know.
down.
Slow down. Because even you guys are in a hurry because you're feeding off their energy of getting in a hurry.
Yes.
All traumatized people, including myself, want this to go faster because they want relief. That's not unnatural.
Yeah.
Like I don't want people to think that's right or wrong. It's just it won't go that way. It's like I told a client yesterday. I said, "Look, I can go lose 100 pounds if I cut off one of my legs tomorrow."
Oh, that's a big leg, Shelley.
It's a large leg. You know what I mean? But it's not going to benefit me. A, two, there's other ways to do that first than hurry.
Yeah.
Take the difficult, but what we feel is safe thing. You have to be able to go, okay, I can do this slowly because my brain has to adapt each step of the way. That's the key. And that's what I keep telling my clients. I was like, look, because everybody's feeling this urgency like we're talking about. It's okay just to slow down and rest. Chronic stress is going to kill us if we don't. One
Yep.
thing, I come from you know this, but I had some things written down, and some of it I stole from someone else that I like. But I come from an interpersonal neurobiology framework with Dr. Dan Siegel. He's the one who, came up with that word. So he was talking about self-silencing, and that is a survival adaptation to an environment in which needs, emotions, or expressions are unwelcome or unsafe. So then what happens is we shut those things down. And it sounds great. It may look like caretaking, compliance, or it could look like a bunch of different things, but those are the main ones. But it's the nervous system's survival strategy. It's not bad or good. But what happens, it has a cost. What's the cost of that adaptation, you think?
Probably never going to have capacity.
Yeah, you're not going to have capacity. It says over time, I love this. This is not my saying, okay? I'm reading this from Trauma Aware America. See, I'll give everybody a plug if they need one. Over time, the lack of attuned relationships erodes a person's sense of worth and undermines their capacity for self-regulation. We just said capacity, didn't we? What begins as a strategy to maintain closeness ends up creating isolation within, which fuels depression. The body keeps carrying the burden of what is unspoken and unexpressed, and the chronic strain shows up as emotional suffering and physical illness.
So if I avoid, I'm going to get sick.
Yeah. And did you hear that part of our lack of connection to others?
Which is what
erodes
everybody wants.
Connection.
Everybody.
It's what our bodies are made for.
Yeah.
Connection, human connection. Dog connection's also great. But seriously, so if we think about it in that way, I think it helps us to know, okay, that's something I do want to look at. That adaptation is not something I'm willing to pay the price for forever.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. It erodes relationships. And then when those relationships erode, we can no longer attune to ourselves or others.
So how do I build capacity?
Yeah, you feel the bad feeling.
But I don't want to.
Yeah, you don't have to.
What if?
This is what I always say, you don't have to.
What if I don't know how to?
Well, that's why you need some help with that.
No, I do know how to, but
I don't mean you. I mean people.
You need some real help, Mikayla.
No, I mean people, not you.
Well, tell my therapist that.
It's the collective yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think that's you need help with that because you need a safe place to co-regulate. How in the world do you build that? You build it in a safe space, in a loving environment. You cannot build it any other way.
Nope.
You can't.
So here begs the question, what if someone does not have that and they cannot come see me in my therapy room?
Healing requires safe relationships, period.
So there's no option. You have to find somebody safe.
Yes.
Sorry. There's no option. If you can't see a therapist.
Well, and listen, I'm not saying a therapist is the only safe space.
No, I'm saying in your life, let's say you have nobody in your family that is safe. And your friends, maybe you don't have a lot of friends. Maybe you've been living in a trauma state most of your life. And so true connection is hard to find.
And
true
it's hard
safety
to do.
is hard to do. And so you have no one. What would you recommend?
Build community. Find a place to serve. Find a place where you meet other people. Work on yourself.
Yeah.
How do you work on yourself? It's not by thinking a new way. That doesn't just happen. It's by acknowledging that trauma does not show up in these things. It shows up in our body. It shows up in our physical self. It shows up in our lack of safety. It's why we're out here fighting all the wrong things. We're fighting each other.
Yeah.
We need to fight the people who are wrong and hurting and harming people. But we turn on each other. It's like I had this friend, she had 2 Cocker Spaniels, beautiful dogs. I mean, I loved them so much. But when the mailman would come, they didn't yell at the mailman. Or I say yell, bar. To me, that's dog yelling.
They did not have a tiff with the mailman.
Yeah, no, they didn't. You know what they would do? They'd look out the window, look at the mailman, and turn on each other. And it was usually just
sense.
one. But see what we're doing? That's what we do. We turn on each other. And instead of backing up and going, oh my goodness, that's your firefighter, that's your manager, that's your exile. I'm not coming at any of that because you're just trying to work that out within yourself.
Yeah.
Now, how can we come together to fight a common enemy? Right? The common enemy's the things that are happening and the people involved, not us. We're not the common enemy. Why are we all fighting?
So how do we fight? Maybe that's not a question for this podcast.
I think it's loaded because I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think we start with taking care of ourselves, getting in a regulated state, and then you know what to do next.
Yeah. It's being able to think
And
in
choose.
a heightened
And choose.
state and choose. Even when you're in your trauma response, when you need it, when you need to be fighting, when you need to people please, when you need to do these things, being able to take that pause because you've built some capacity, even for a brief moment, to make a choice.
Yes.
Because right
That's
now
why we say
they're
90 seconds, and then it builds into much further.
Right now your body's choosing for you. You're not making any choices.
It's reactive. It doesn't mean it's wrong. I want to clarify that point I'm going to say it 1,000,000 times. It doesn't mean the reaction is wrong. It's not right or wrong. It is what happens naturally. It's a natural reaction to an abnormal event. But when you have grown up in a trauma state, everything feels abnormal.
So you're going to have a large reaction that's normal
because you don't have the capacity yet.
to
You don't have a
somebody
window of tolerance.
cutting you off in traffic.
Yeah.
So there is, however, consequences for behavior when we're in a reactive state. And that's something I think a lot of people have a hard time balancing. Is like, I can have curiosity and compassion and understanding of like their body's choosing for them. This is their trauma. This is their nervous system, their protectors. So that just means they get the free pass because I understand that about them.
That's the difference. No, it will. It's just like they said, the body, it costs you something. It costs something. Yes. But I always say that's not up to me, but how I choose to interact with that now is.
Yeah.
Because now I'm aware. Like I can go, no, that's too much for me. I'm not doing that anymore. Doesn't mean I can say you stop doing that. Yeah. It means I'm not doing that and I'm not interacting with things that do. So go away, or punishment or whatever needs to happen. And I think that's where we get it kind of mixed up in the world too, is we're always telling people what to do instead of listening. Now, I'm not talking about evil here. I'm not talking about those things. I'm sorry, I don't know what else to call some of the bullshit that's happening. Oh, I said bullshit. We'll edit that. Beep, that happens.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not talking about we just let them. No. That's why the let them theory, no offense to Mel Robbins, does not work very well with a lot of things. Because what we're saying in that is just go be, and I have to figure it out for myself. We are a community. A community has to work together. But I do get to decide how I interact with some things. You know, and that's, the first thing that is stolen from trauma survivors? Choice.
Yep.
So what is the first thing I want to give them back?
Choice.
Yes. And choice very often for abuse victims or anything comes in the form of voice.
Yep.
The ability to use your voice. That's why we should not silence any victim ever.
Ever.
Ever. Give them the right to have a voice if they want to use it. It doesn't mean they have to use it. It just means they have the option.
What I see in the news is so much obvious pain, conviction, like this is wrong or this is right, with a lack of curiosity. That is the thing that just always like flashes in my eyes. Like, where's your curiosity? Just because you don't understand something, now you hate it. There's times where I am like, that does not make sense to me. No. I mean, I'm human. Like,
Yeah.
but then if I check myself and I say, okay, but first of all, why did I have that reaction? Probably because I don't understand it. So I'm going to find somebody that either can A, help me understand, or do the research myself to try to understand.
So I know exactly what you're
You know what
talking
I'm
about.
thinking about. I'm not going to say
You
it on
don't
here.
wanna say it.
I'm not
You're
saying
scared.
it. Heck yeah. No.
Your
I'm
exile
an
just
idiot.
went.
Yeah. Sometimes
No,
I'm an idiot.
But listen, that's part of the problem. And the curiosity thing, I like that you clarified that, because at first I thought you were talking about like, no, we should not have curiosity around human rights, obviously.
Right.
That's not something we want to be curious about.
No.
That's something we need to have a
I'm
survival
thinking more
response.
like
Preference.
yes, I'm thinking more
Yes.
about like
And you don't
the
have to
left
like
versus
everything.
the right and
Yeah.
the polarized political things, the ICE stuff, the, you know, the Super Bowl stuff.
Yeah.
But just the curiosity, like if I don't know who I would be if I wasn't curious.
Well,
And it baffles me that,
we would be
people
very stuck people.
and there's just
There's
so
room
much
for growth.
stuckness going
There's
on.
room for growth.
Yes.
And it doesn't mean everything is right and wrong. Some things are right and wrong.
Oh,
Human things are right and wrong.
yes.
I do believe that's black and white.
Yes.
You don't harm each other.
Nope.
Period. I don't care who you are. You know? But I think where that gets iffy is because sometimes we think our preferences are human rights. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And they are. They are ours. You know what I mean? Yeah, some things, even if someone said this is supposed to be the greatest thing in the world, if I watched it and didn't like it, I would say I didn't like it. It's okay to not like it. Why is that so harmful? But I did like it, and I know exactly what you're talking about. I did. I enjoyed it. I just thought it was fun. But I think the thing is, it doesn't matter what the preference of things is. It matters that we can at least appreciate someone else enjoying themselves.
Yes.
Why does everybody have to just be so miserable?
Why does everything have to be so mean?
Why you
Like-
gotta be so
Why you gotta be
mean?
so mean?
Now, some
Like,
things we need to be mean about,
oh,
you know,
there are things that I will get all sorts of hot and
and should.
PO'd about.
Should.
There are other things that I'm just like, come on. Just because you can't understand Spanish does not mean it wasn't a good message.
Yeah. And it doesn't mean you have to like it, even if you did.
And just because you don't like Kid Rock doesn't mean, nope, I don't even know. I didn't watch it.
No, I just think those are the preference issues that we're making a thing. Because if you compare lyrics, it's no different.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not in the real world. Maybe for this presentation it was. I don't know. But I listen to Kid Rock and I know how vile it can be. I mean, I'm just being honest.
Yep.
But I think I'm not, and listen, this isn't the political debate of Shelley's saying this. What I'm saying is examine it with a preference mindset. And also, if someone wants to make a political statement out of that, fine. I get
Do
to
that.
go, do I like that or not?
Yes.
It's okay if I don't. But I should if it's a human rights issue.
That's where it's getting lost.
It is preference. And you know where I used to see it a lot as a preacher's wife? I know, it's still funny that I was a preacher's wife, isn't it? I think it's hilarious. Anyway, so where I saw it the most I was like 19, 20, right? Preacher's wife in a tiny little church, and they were so concerned about the color of the carpet, or if we were going to keep the pews or have chairs, or, you know, and I remember going, like, I mean, I saw a lady literally, I'm almost embarrassed to say some of this, okay? Seriously, 2 times that I thought, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. Not really, but human, I was going to say dumbassery. I think I will say it. That one, well, I'm not going to edit out.
No.
You know,
It stays.
I watched a woman, because she disagreed with the sermon, kick my ex-husband. Literally went up and kicked him, and it knocked his shoe off, and he almost fell down because she stepped on the back of his shoe, and so then he tripped. And I mean, honestly, we laughed about it later, but she poked me in the chest. So I'm just saying, these are the things I'm talking
Ain't
about. We're up in
nobody
arms about
poking
the
me in
wrong
the chest.
thing.
I don't care.
Or wrong thing. And then I watched a lady one time pick up a flower pot because she didn't like the flowers were on the piano and threw them in the floor. My point is, why are we mad about these things and not mad about things you should be mad at?
Right. Because those things are too overwhelming, and I'd rather just avoid and be privileged.
That's it. I'd rather just avoid because it's too much and it's too hard, instead of at least acknowledging it's there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we're asking a whole lot. Acknowledge it. You don't have to dive deep into it if you can't. I get that. And it is okay to turn it off. It is okay to say, I can't do that today. Remember, capacity changes daily. You know, I always think of it like a stretched out balloon. I don't know why. I think I really do, because it doesn't have the capacity to be stretched out when we first start, right?
Yeah.
But after it's been blown up and I've used it, my capacity can go bigger and it's easier to do.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes my capacity is low because it's like, I have the flu. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel good. Or my capacity is low because I've had a lot of things happen today.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean I don't have the full capacity at some point to do certain things. And it doesn't shrink it forever.
Right.
Before, it was shrunk kind of forever.
Yeah. My poor capacity. It was so small.
Your window of tolerance was...
But you know what?
Was a mouse hole.
Really was. So tired all the time.
Your window was like, no, thank you.
It was in fight or freeze.
Yeah.
Sometimes run.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very rarely was it people please. I can tell you that.
That was mine.
You can have all of that.
I don't love that one. But you know what? It's part of self that I'm learning how to go. Some of that is not just an adaptive response. Some of it is personality and temperament and those kind of things. I'm learning all of that, even for myself.
Yeah.
You know, some of it is okay that it's there.
Yeah.
But when I am having to sacrifice my voice and myself and not being able to choose, that's when it's not okay. That's when I'm like, it's not okay for me because it costs me more than I want to pay.
Yeah.
Which is self.
That's true. That's true.
There's so much more to this topic that we could keep going on. I think for today, let's end it with, I think the best thing you can do right now in the status of the world is take really good care of yourself. Yeah. Just take really good care of yourself. Notice the feelings that come up. It's okay to have them. Don't judge your own feelings about it. And let's try not to turn on each other so much. Mm-hmm. That's all.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's all. Okay, all you billions of people. That's all.
That's all.
That's it. All right.
All right. We'll revisit later.
Thank you for listening to the Mind Your Business podcast. We hope you enjoyed and tune in next time.